Hello, hello, Core955,
And Hypergamer.
playing more Code Veronica. Join us back here for part 10.
Woo! Now we're actually going to make progress.
Yeah,
Spent the last episode just backtracking, picking up items.
yeah, that's one thing that... Oh yeah, you should help me kill this asshole I know named Riku. He dislikes Resident Evil 1 and he claims to be an old school Resident Evil fan, but he doesn't like the old Resident Evil, like Resident Evil 1 and Code Veronica. He's like, oh, there's too much backtracking, I'm a little bitch.
See, the thing is... Okay, with Code Veronica, I can certainly see the backtracking angle. This game has a lot of backtracking. Resident Evil 1 actually doesn't have that much. Like,
Yeah.
It'll throw you off if you don't know your way around the mansion. So certainly the first time you play it, yes, there's going to be a lot of backtracking. You actually know what you're doing, though. You can basically do it so that you only go through certain parts of the mansion once. Or maybe twice.
Yeah.
And
Plus,
the mansion isn't that big.
Yeah. Plus, the Code Veronica, though, a lot of the backtracking is part of the puzzles. Like, basically you have to recall where the hell you saw this, what the hell was going on in that area. Not just, oh, back and forth, you know, bullshit.
That said, like, if you actually look at the backtracking, it's not necessarily a bad thing, because it also means that you're going to end up, if the areas are actually built properly, you're going to end up with very memorable areas. Like, for example, if you look at the place in Code Veronica, you're going to remember the jail, you're going to remember the research area, you're going to remember Alfred's mansion, you're going to remember Antarctica. If I give you Resident Evil 5, Resident Evil 6, name a place that you remember that's memorable.
I think only, like, in the first or second chapter, that furnace room where you cook the first, Ouroboros. That's about it.
Yeah, so that's exactly it. Like, there's a couple places you remember here and there, but the game's a bit of a blur. Like, the areas aren't memorable.
It's African Safari.
And I was going to say, it's the same deal, like Resident Evil Revelations 2. The areas just aren't memorable. They're boring and bland.
Yeah,
Revelations 1 actually has a lot of backtracking in it, and that is quite memorable. You remember your way around that ship.
Yep. Yeah, honestly, that's one of the things I loved about the old Resident Evils is, sure, there's a lot of different areas, but they were all pretty unique. Like, I can remember the layout of the fucking mansion like the back of my hand. And I've only played through the game completely about 3 times. And 2 of those times were for the channel.
So I don't remember the original Resident Evil that well anymore, because it's been a very long while since I've played it. The remake, remember like the back of my hand, although that's more because I watch Pezzy speedrun it all the time. Resident Evil 2 I certainly remember like the back of my hand. All 4 scenarios, mind you.
Yeah, the main issue I have with the remake is the fact that I haven't played through it fully yet. So my knowledge from the original Resident Evil 1 keeps conflicting with the new knowledge coming in. So it's like, oh, this is what oh, nope, that's wrong. That's completely different.
I think that's probably the best aspect of remake, though. Like, it is enough of the same that it brings in the people who, like, originally played it, and they will enjoy it. But it also has that element of surprise, because not everything is the same.
Yeah,
and in fact, in some cases, they actually take things that you're expecting and completely flip it.
Yeah. Flip the script on you.
Like,
I
oh, sorry, go.
was gonna say, I know Code Veronica is a huge fan of flipping the script on you. What you expect to happen does not happen.
Yes. I'm just trying to think of a good example. In Resident Evil Remake, in the residential area, before you get to Plant 42, we've got to push the box over the tentacle in the ground.
Yep.
In the original, there was only 1 tentacle, so you just push something over it and you can walk past it indefinitely. In Resident Evil Remake, there's 2. So you can push over the first one, but you've still got that second one there. And that'll catch players out that have played the first one.
Oh yeah, here's a Bandersnatcher. I really do love the bow gun.
Just not the regular ammo for it.
Oh god, no. God no. Though you're better off throwing the bow gun itself at them. At least the weight will do something.
For a Bandersnatch, I'm not so sure.
Probably more than just the little acupuncture I could give it with the bolts.
That is true. That is true. Now, I did want to say, speaking of memorable moments that you will remember from older games, we're about to come up to one. If you've played Code Veronica, you're gonna remember the scene as you walk out of this hallway and can see Alfred's mansion in the background.
Oh yeah, that was a good one.
So, right now, where you've got that lightning strike, you can see it in the background, and now you zoom and pan it.
You got that eerie mist, that fog. Yeah, it's a good atmosphere set up. Something ominous is ahead.
It's not just more shooty bang bang.
That's another thing is I like when the game open, like, you know how some of the doors they intentionally drag out the opening animation with the heartbeat and all that. I really like that because it just inspires a little bit of tension and fear. Cause you're like, what the fuck's gonna be through that door?
And they use it sparingly enough as well.
And it's even funnier though is when they do it, but there's nothing on the other side. It's like, oh, okay. But
yeah, so they do it as a nice touch. Like, if you're in the shoes of Claire, you don't know what's coming up. You think there's something bad, which is why you hear the heartbeat. It could be something, it could be nothing.
Pretty much at this point, you don't know what the hell's going on.
All you know is that there is a crazy man trying to shoot you with a rifle and he can't aim for shit.
You know what's another one of my favorite little features that they did in this game?
Which part, or which feature?
The zombies that are wandering around that have construction hats that sometimes you'll just shoot the hat off of them. Or you're like, you'll shoot them, they'll fall over and the hat goes flying.
So, there is that. They didn't keep one of the features from one of the older Resident Evil games though. I don't know if you'd remember, but in Resident Evil 2, and particularly Resident Evil 3, the zombies would frequently lose limbs.
Yeah, that's one thing that annoys me. Is like, I would blast a zombie with a shotgun. You hear the pop, but the head doesn't actually pop. It's like, what the hell?
Now, I'm not sure about this particular game, but I know that it has been censored in some regions, so that might have something to do with it. But again, I'm not sure if it's Code Veronica that's been censored. I do know that Japan does do a fair bit of censorship with the Resident Evil games.
Yeah. Yeah, like the chainsaw asshole. Oh hey, here comes Alexia. Air quotes.
Quotes, yes.
I love. There's another little nice touch at the end, near the end of the game. Alexia. There really is an Alexia. Like that one little line from Claire amuses me.
But at the same point, you've seen the video of the two of them together multiple times. So obviously there has to be...
You have, but Claire hasn't. Chris saw those videos.
Well, no, because remember, we're in the room when you first go into the first mansion. You have to do the puzzle just before you save Steve. You actually see the video of Alfred and Alexia pulling the wings off the dragonfly.
Yeah, but she also finds that note that basically says she's died in air quotes.
True.
So she probably assumes, okay, the bitch is dead, Alfred is crazy and thinks he's her.
It's certainly possible. The thing that Claire needs to remember is that, like, she's been through multiple zombie apocalypses. Don't expect someone to be dead just because they're told they are.
Yep. Man, though, this has been. I said this in near the end of my Let's Play. Like, this is one of my favorite things. It's just because this is the first time I've played a Resident Evil game in years where I just truly had no clue what the hell was coming. So everything, my reactions were entirely genuine.
It is. That's why I need to replay this one.
And the cat just crawled out.
This game also just does not take itself seriously either.
Oh yeah.
Like, for a fact that some of the notes that you get are written by a rat.
Yeah, the D.I.J. diaries.
Yup. It's like, what on earth is up with that?
To be fair, that note is only found in the battle game.
But you see the rat multiple times in the main game.
I don't remember it, but...
He's well hidden, but he is in some rooms. Like, you see him asleep in the aeroplane as you're going to Antarctica. Like, he's in the cargo area up on one of the shelves. You actually see him in the casino room, I believe. You can see him in the locker room.
I probably didn't notice him because I was busy fighting a fucking giant monster at the time.
Oh yeah, for sure. But it's just like, there are some nice touches like that. Like, it's not just a throwaway. They literally had that rat in multiple points in the game.
What? I can't remember. Was that included in the novelization?
I'm not sure. I'd need to actually have a look. I do own that book.
That's another thing is, who's the author? S.D. Perry?
Yes.
I really do like her books. They were pretty good.
They are very faithful to the games. Like, they add stuff for sure, but they are quite faithful. Which is actually something I'd like to add for all the viewers here. If you actually want some decent survival horror novels, per se, have a look at S.D. Perry's Resident Evil books. Just make sure that you get the main series ones, not the movie adaptions, because...
Oh god.
the movies. But there are some adaptions of the main games, with some original stories thrown in as well. So, it's Resident Evil 1, Caliban Cove, 2, 3, Underworld, 0, Code Veronica, and a couple others.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you know, that kind of spooked me in the game right there. Basically, when you take the key, the bed just slams down. I'm just like, holy shit, someone's trying to crush my hand.
It's just a shame that he doesn't have his damn rifle with him at the moment. But then again, even if he did, there's no guarantee he'd actually hit.
I was like, to be fair, the bed probably came closer to hitting me than his rifle ever did.
Exactly.
That's only because the bed's so fucking big. This is me just murdering bats, because I'm like, fuck it.
How bad would that be for Alfred, though, if he's sleeping in his bed and that happened to him? Like, talk about very, very poor design ideas. It's like, this bed can come down and crush people if they try and steal something from my bed. It's like, what if it malfunctions while you're sleeping in it? It's like, guess I'm dead now.
Yeah, that's just silly as shit.
Those bats do not like you.
They really don't. And it's unlike the ravens and crows that fly about gun level. No, the bats, they fly above you.
Yeah, it was a neat little touch they've done with this, because was this not the first game where they actually had the multi-level buildings that actually were one space?
Let's see.
Because I know Resident Evil 2, every time you went upstairs, there was a cutscene. I think that was the case in Resident Evil 3 as well.
Depends on how technical you want to be.
Fair enough.
Because...
That being said,
yeah,
I do believe we're almost at wrap-up.
We got about 20 seconds, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, you got that moment where there's the ramp, and there's technically like 2 floors, but not really.
But not really, yeah.
Alright, so, this has been Core955.
And Hypergamer.
Playing Code Veronica. Thank you.